I'm gonna be awake for a while, and I was like, might as well actually start. Because like before, it was like, oh, I'm never gonna actually fully commit, but I actually do want to fully commit to this. So yeah. Game name. I mean, I was like thinking about it, and I was like, it's like heavily inspired by Skyrim and Oblivion and stuff. But I mean, those are the only two I played. For like most of my life, it's just been Skyrim. Now, at one point in time, I did plan on playing Oblivion, but I wasn't able to. And then the remastered came out. So my first time playing Oblivion was the remastered. Anyway, so on my TikTok or whatever, you know, I've just been like kind of off the cuff or whatever. But it's been like, oh, blah, 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 for the game. And I look, I want to like figure it out. Now, before like I started streaming, I was like, oh, well, it has to have a name. Uh, Medieval Magic. But now it's like I'm fairly certain there's 100% a game called Medieval Magic because there ain't no way there isn't. So I'm a search Medieval Magic game because it didn't show anything. Oh, there's literally not a. Okay, awesome, awesome, awesome. I low key thought that would have already been taken by now. So, click, Now, heavily inspired by Skyrim and Oblivion, but it's not going to be a one-to-one copy. Mostly because there's going to be systems in the game that isn't there otherwise. So, oh my handwriting. I before E. Way. Yeah, medieval, right? Now, here's gonna be. I'm gonna put the main differences broadly first. So, first main difference. I'll just broadly put it as houses. Second main difference would be potions. Third main difference, houses, potions, and I guess, well, it's not decor. It's like QOV, like quality of viewing. Quality of viewing. And well, I guess there's gonna be kind of like Noeta. So like Noeta esque. I think that's how esque is done. Esque. Parentheses break. Oh wait, I forgot to. Well, that's the main. No, no, not control. Not control. This one. I need the thing to be smaller. So, first thing would be the houses. Houses. Now, low key, you can do a real estate developing thing in the like. This is the plan, all right? So, the plan generally do mini games, shit out mini games. Not on purpose. Well, kind of on purpose, but the point is, I need skills. I need to figure out what works and what doesn't, how to do shit, how to do different systems or whatever. So, all of these, the houses, the potions, these are going to be two different games at first. Two different games. The house flipping for medieval stuff, different game. The potion crafting for medieval stuff, different game. Oh, shit, I forgot. Oh, okay, I need to increase the size. Plus smithing. I was like thinking about it, and I was like, oh yeah, no, that one as well. Okay, and this one is gonna be inspired a bit by Jack Smith. I love that game. So the houses one, it's gonna start off as its own thing. Potions one, own thing. Smithing one, own thing. You might be asking like, why? Why? It's because I suck. I can't. I can't. I just can't. So houses. What goes into houses? I would say. I would say placeable furniture. One. In Skyrim and Oblivion. Well, I don't really know Oblivion. Like, I bought a house. Not yet. Oblivion's the same way as Skyrim because I bought multiple houses in Oblivion, and it's like the same thing as, oh, I would like to buy the kitchen section and the alchemy section, and it's just like you can't customize it. Placeable furniture. One. Two would be a display system for tables and shelves. Display system for tables. I really need to figure out like how I'm so basically I am bad at writing. I used to be good-ish. Good-ish. My handwriting was never good. I think it was like the second grade or something. They were starting to do the handwriting classes, and then my brother broke most of my fingers in my right hand, and so I was just in a cast for this. And instead of being like, "Hey, write with your left hand," the teacher was like, "Just type it out on a computer," and low-key upset because I could be good with my left hand if that teacher actually thought and did its job. And I'm saying it because that teacher isn't a human to me anymore with that stupid ass logic. But no, for the handwriting class, I typed it out. So yeah, handwriting was never good. But I mean like the so in English class at points of time, they teach you like, oh, bullet points and here's how to do like the web thingy and whatever. Out of my mind. Like now I do things like this and I do like footnotes and stuff to like carry it to someone else, to somewhere else. Instead of doing parentheses, I do it like this because I like regular parentheses. Sometimes I'll see it and I'll be like C or E, but like this is like no one's gonna think of this as E. Like it looks more like a weird T or like a weird F, if anything. But now it's like, well, I need to do an extension of this. And I guess yeah, they do dashes. But the dashes in context with this doesn't feel right. Like I do it like this and it feels like it's a like this would feel more in line as something that's continuing on a sentence, while this feels like a bullet point kind of thing. But this, I think these are called a hyphen. Um, better let me know. Unless I can do it like. I don't know. I mean, it doesn't even matter. I understand it at this point that it's going to be a continuation of the sentence. So for tables, shelves, chess, cases. Oh, case is. And I guess stands. Now, what do I mean by this? I'm gonna call this one. I'm gonna call this A1. And I'll expand on it just later. Not now, just later. Hold on, I gotta hold on. I'm back. My like our right ankle has been really fucked for some reason. I don't know what's wrong with it. Hurts a lot. Hurts to be on it. Um, like not as much right now, but like earlier trying to walk was kind of agony. It's like this weird joint, not joint, it's like this weird ligament thing, where like it felt. And this is just complete, just like me, not a doctor or anything, trying to like throw something at the wall that makes the most sense, which is like a ligament move out of place, and so it was like rubbing apart weird or whatever, so it like felt weird but also felt painful. I don't know, it doesn't matter. Anyway, so houses, placeable furniture, display system for tables, shelves, chests, cases, stands, A1. But past that, bro, I really want to get and do my own system for like grammar and stuff, for how this stuff works and this stuff, and how parentheses works and what to do for title. Like, I want to do my whole thing. Anyway, I'm gonna do that like a different time. So houses, blah 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 blah. Uh, lighting plus in game render engine. That's mostly just as like if you change the lighting in the house to be in the corners of the room, then the shadows of the room are obviously going to be different, and what gets light is going to be different. Now you can have it dynamic, which is just stupid because it's like energy expensive and stuff for your computers and stuff to always be having that. Or you could just like, okay, it's in place and it's gonna be done. Shit. That's like a continuation of a sentence. But this is after a sentence ended, so it's not gonna need this. Hmm. I don't know what I'm doing at this point. Creating new grammar rules for like, well, this works as a sentence. But if it's not a sentence, then this. When it actually feels like these should be reversed. I don't know. I'll just do whatever, because I don't care. Oh shit, I was literally thinking about something in relation to this. Dynamic. Do, 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 do. Oh, 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 oh. Can justify the fake time by saying by saying something about a safety inspector or something. I don't know. I was like, well, so the player does all of this, but then they aren't allowed in the house until like the game renders what the shadows and stuff should look like. So what do you tell the player? And say, oh, like to say they need to wait for like the safety inspector or something. So lighting in game, blah 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 blah. Houses. So expanding structure inside could also expand it the same way outside and do wall Dorn consistency, like window. It's just because, like, in Skyrim, the houses are usually bigger on the outside. I mean, on the inside than the outside. And in this game in particular, like the house flipping for the medieval, you should be able to like expand the house. Let's. Ooh. This is gonna be a bit of a thing, like a contested thing. 'Cause I'm not really too sure. So a big this. Ooh, I like that. You do a question mark, and then like underneath it, you put what like a letter or something, or what like what kind of tone is the e? So isolated mode. Dome like and expand the house with a myriad of you eyes, but doing it like in person. In person could be the better experience. Oh, horrible writing. I did that wrong. I know I spelled that wrong. Yeah, that's what I thought. E-N. That's ants, not ants. Also, mind my horrible handwriting. No, basically, what I mean by this is like in Skyrim, when you go into a house, you're basically teleported to a room where where basically in Skyrim it's like, oh, this is the house, this is the door. You go into the door, but like before you go into the door, the house is empty and everything outside it is full. Then you go into the house, and now the house is full, but everything outside it is empty. So if you want to like expand a house or whatever, you can do it in like the form of a UI. So like you open up blueprints or something. Where you just like you see the structure of the house and you can change it to whatever, like the main structure. But it is not as immersive. Now you can also do it in a inside out. So expand from inside out. Where you're just like you're in the house itself. In the house itself. Where everything is inside. Then you expand a wall or something, but inside the house. Now, my issue with that is outside boundaries. Basically, because it's going to be like, here's the house you're doing, here's another house next door. If you're inside the house, it's expanding it, and it eventually goes and eats into the other house, but because only the inside of the house is rendered, the game is just going to let you do that. And then it's like, okay, you go outside the house, and it's like, oh, the house is clipping into a whole ass different house. So the blueprint one and the expanding from the inside one are like both of the ones where it's like, yeah, but inherently kind of tell something was wrong with it. And this is actually more in line with House Flipper. More in line with. But is it called House, like the game House Flipper? Or something? I don't know. I've never played it. I only seen Mark play it. Yeah. And then I'm gonna do A1. A1. So my main thing with this is that with Skyrim and probably Oblivion, I didn't actually try this out in Oblivion yet, but it is difficult as hell to manipulate the objects to look how you want at like a desk or a table or something. So instead, you interact with display item. Could be table, could be, I guess, a bed for like teddy bears or something. Table, bed, shelf, chest, etc. And what this does is it opens a UI. So this one goes down directly. So what it does is it opens a placement UI. And the whole purpose is to like just help facilitate uh finer details. That's just kind of it. Helps facilitate finer details. So random. I was thinking about this, right? Because to help facilitating random details. And one thing I wanted to do. So in the Skyrim game, you can just like in your inventory, you can go and you can move the thing around and rotate it to look at it. I really appreciate that feature, by the way. Um, but I was kind of struggling trying to think of a way to include that with any of these. Not really something you need for the smithing or the I mean, this is literally the quality of viewing thing. When I put quality, I didn't like. I was like, yeah, I can't really. Quality of viewing is the thing I want, but I need to actually like implement that. Like the whole purpose of doing the housing thing is a whole ass different game. Doing the potions thing as a whole ass different game. Doing the smithing thing as a whole ass different game. I don't even know if I could do the Noeda thing as a whole ass different game. The whole purpose is so I can fully flesh out and work out the logistics and the practicality of all these different systems. And then, with all of these things in place, hobcobble them together for a greater game. But until then, having it be its own individual game, which is like that's kind of like that's to me, this is a good process. To me, if a whole part of your game a part of it could be a good game in and of itself as a standalone thing that is good. Now I'm just reverse doing that of getting a bunch of standalone mini games and then putting it together. So the quality of viewing one, I was thinking like, how do I do the quality of viewing? Where for me, it's just like, oh, you should just like have a physical bag and stuff. And there's things like that one game, the one where you ride a horse and it's like a 2D thingy, where hold on, actually let me so quality of viewing. Now, actually I'll start with inspirations to go by. And the name of the game popped up in my head. Inspiration to I'll just put inspirations. So one, Skyrim. Two Crown. Three, and I don't even remember the name fully. It's the ones where you have to like it's like the puzzle games, inventory puzzle games. In puzzle shape. And I want to basically combine these systems together. The 3D and coolness of Skyrim, the physics-ish based thingy of the coins and stuff in the Two Crowns game, and then being able to like move stuff around without too much difficulty like in the inventory puzzle shape games. I need to combine all of that. But I don't want it to be 2D. I mean, this is like this is my initial thought, right? My initial thought is having it be 2D inventory, but like you select something, and I guess that's the equivalent of like putting it in your hand, and then you can view it 3D. And in the 2D space, it'd be easier to do. I mean, that's like I guess that's like the most beneficial thing, but it doesn't really feel as right. It feels like the a shortcut. Like it feels like the equivalent of doing, oh, let's just have it be a blueprint. But I can't think of something that'd actually be good. Having it be a 3D thing, or basically just 2D, or it's top down, and so you have to like whenever you want something from your inventory, you have to like dig through a backpack. That doesn't sound. Why would there be a game like that? And so, if it's gonna be based off of games and isekai comics and stuff, or I guess not even isekai, like regular comics, there's like I think it's like How I Picked Up My Girlfriend in a Dungeon or something, or whatever, where there are just people, hold on. Let me character class question mark that moves stuff in dungeon. It's not dungeons and so let me take away the class. Character job, that would be more useful. Not someone who makes a dungeon. Shit. Shit. Shuttle dungeon, maybe. No. Oh, fine. I'll ask a robot because I lost my ability to Google search correctly. So in anime or whatever, there's a type of character job where they have a huge backpack and their whole thing is like uh carrying the loot and stuff. What is the name of this job? Porter carrier. Item mule, pack mule. Quartermaster. Hold on. Isn't that like a pirate thing? I'm gonna Google this because I don't want to get dependent. Quartermaster. Inland armies is an officer who supervises. It is it is quartermaster. What? Okay, okay. Yes, 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 yes. So, quartermaster game. Now, I'm not gonna do this yet because I want to work on the other things first. Like, I still need to finish the housing thing. That's not done. Oh, but I really just want to go on my phone and like scroll through TikTok or something. Let me at least like let me at least do the let me finish the housing one at least. Hmm. I guess there's like a good quality of life thing I just set up, which is just like let me expand this. Ghost mode for furniture. You can just walk through furniture and stuff. Oh, I mean, obviously, there's going to be like options for different variations and looks for windows and stuff, different types of furniture and stuff. Mm. Like in Skyrim, there's like hidden doors and stuff. So this would be this would be one, right? So how do I say that? Uh, Not hidden events, build up events, required events, locked events. Oh wait, I could use like computing stuff like and yes and or I could search up computer terms. But if I think if I just search and computer, it will pop up whenever it loads. What's wrong with my Brave? Oh, my VPN is still on. That's probably why it's so slow. The term computer refers to a machine that blah 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 no. And function computer. Is like is the Brave browser being like, oh, and means something specifically? No, it's like a weird computer function where it's like you need both things or whatever. Whatever. I'll just put and. I don't understand what's happening. Like logic gate, I think. That okay, hold on. I'm gonna put an and I'm gonna search and logic gate. And my brain is my brain is firing on all cylinders today. Well that should make it. Oh no, it's not an and logic gate, it's just an and gate. Let me see. Yeah, whatever. Okay. Um, I'm gonna do for events, that in quotes, have it be need, can set certain interact. And this is what, when I think of this, is that one quest where you have to drop the mounted animal head from the ceiling to fall on the dude while he's chilling in his chair in Oblivion. But like instead, you can like set it up to be like a mechanical thing. You can set certain interactions to zoom out. There we go. To trigger events like secret doors, moving furniture, falling furniture. I guess I'll just put falling. Oh, wait. Traps. There's something else I would ever need for that. Traps, or I guess rearranging a room if you're extra. Rearranging. Oh, you can do like a Barbie thing. I'll search. I'm not sorry. I'll just put Barbie thing in quotes. Barbie thing. When I was in middle school, so here's a bit of backstory, lore, basically, of my life. I have I have to actually count my fingers. I was just holding one finger up and just saying names, and it's like, wait, and I'm not counting. I'm just going through them anyway. Oh wait, yeah, that one. I forgot about that one. Wait, no, did I? Hold on. That one. So I'm gonna do it from youngest to oldest, because I keep like doing it randomly, and it's like, did I think I already said that name. So, doop, then doop, and then doop, and then doop, then doop. Okay, so I have 9 siblings, including me would be 10 total. Now, out of these 9 siblings, I have one brother. I have 8 sisters. So in middle school and the like, I watched a lot of that Barbie show. So much of that Barbie show. You know the sad part is that I like the show. That's the sad part. At one point in time, I watched My Little Pony. And okay, well, there's like the Trolls animated show. I do like that one as well. Uh oh, Home and O. I like that one as well too. Like the TV show that they made. Uh aside from that, I can only remember like TV shows from like when I was a kid. So that wouldn't really count. Anyway, so the Barbie thing is like they press a button, and I'll like to help illustrate. I mean, me in the future will know, but to help illustrate it, I'll do like a circle with a line through it, because what they do is they flip through stuff. Like, oh, let me press the button, and now instead of being a jacuzzi, it's a stadium. Like, I don't know. It's crazy ass shit. It's Barbie. Is there anything else I would need? I guess easy multiple floors and stair system. Nicer. Hold on. Okay. Oh, nope. Don't go to the brush settings. So, easy stairs and multiple floors system. Now, way back in the day, still technically middle school, but like early middle school. Oh, man. Anyway, living with my godfather, and there's like this HGTV app thingy, and I didn't really like it because it was kind of really difficult to use. Despite costing money, it was difficult to use. And one of the things that I hated was that it was really difficult to figure out how to like make the stairs work with like different floors and stuff. It was like ridiculous. Well, okay, so it would be elementary school when I saw it's going from elementary school and then skip sixth and seventh grade and then continuing from eighth grade on. So I watched Barbie a lot and other random ass shows. You know, I didn't like it was my time at my godfather's that I started to actually watch shows that I liked, like The Amazing World of Gumball, like Regular Show, like Adventure Time. I didn't even get to see all of them because it was like whatever was hosted by whatever network. And it wasn't until I was basically a grown ass adult uh, that I actually got to watch in full the shows that I liked. Sad. I wasn't able to watch the kid shows really until I wasn't a kid anymore. Anyway, that aside, bam. Is there anything else medieval house thingy would need? I guess it's not set. Well, it's kind of like a set or a mold. So what I'm thinking is, what if, because this one's is the house one game in particular is gonna be like a real estate thingy. But what if like individually placing a plate and food and silverware on a table again and again and again to slightly improve the house's value? That's just doing too much, or to make it pretty or whatever. So you can just like press a button and like you have presets. Okay, preset decoration stuff. So I'm gonna put A1 with like a dash or whatever to signify it's still talking about that. A1 dash, like I'm talking about A1. Presets for stuff if lazy. There we go. Looking around my room, seeing books, stuff put on walls. Uh, Nothing really that I would like care to notice. I mean, the whole point of this is that like this is basically describing what's going to be in the main game. And the house game in particular is going to be like a system for how a house is priced, how you buy a house, whatever. I don't care. Okay, for some reason, I just stopped caring. So, let me just. I think this should be it for the house. Like I'm tired. I don't want to work on this anymore. It was fun to think about and imagine a made-up game in your head where you get to do anything and not have to worry about it being impractical. But actually worrying about the logistics and stuff, kind of lame. Kinda lame. Okay, so I have the houses one. Now I need to do the potions. And the thing that comes to mind for potions is that one game, potion crafting or something. I was never actually able to play it, but seeing people play it and I really liked it until like a few days ago when I was thinking about all of this, and I was like, wait a second. The way that one potion game does potions is just you start from here, and the ingredients just move you to something. Oh, you go over there. Oh, you go over there. But you can change it halfway and go over here. And there's just things on the map for special effects or whatever. I don't care. And that's such a lame. Like, not. I'm not dissing too hard. Because, like, it is what it is. But, like, I need a mixture of the way that is with the way the Skyrim and Oblivion potion crafting system is, where certain things have certain effects. And maybe the whole movement thing is because each ingredient has 4 effects. Each ingredient has 4 different potential effects. And in Skyrim, it's kind of whichever one has the most. Or if it's fully like if 3 out of whatever ingredients is beneficial and you have a certain perk, it's gonna be fully beneficial or whatever. But how do you I don't know. I'm listening to music because music is the best inspiration. Kind of. I don't know. It gets the gears turning where I just kind of stop trying and just start feeling or like thinking or whatever. And I really like it. So I'm gonna listen to some music. Also, while I'm listening to music, I'm gonna clean up a bit. So I actually have a system down, but I'm gonna continue cleaning and listening to music. But I have like the perfect system in my head. This isn't like me lying or like so shit. Hold on. Okay, I'll say it real quick and then I'll continue cleaning. So there is a bunch of different equipment stuff. Let's just say like four different equipment thingies. And each ingredient basically has a bit of a potency available for whatever effect. Now, the the thing is that it's supposed to teach the player what thing in particular does what, and if some pieces of equipment, when stacked on top of each other, when used in a certain order, maximizes what effects. So let's say you do the mortar and pistol or pizzle or whatever, and that takes away this effect and it cuts it in half. And then you filter it. So you select a certain kind of filter of size of like big size, not big size, super small size. And depending on what's and you can like separate it and you can use the big thing, the little thing, whatever. You could use what goes through at the end or what is left on top. And that does something else to one of the effects. It can add it, take away, whatever. I don't care. Then you boil it, or like, do you heat it up so that it's like fully emulsified or whatever in a liquid, or do you boil it and that does a weird chemical reaction thingy? That does something different. Then do you collect the steam of the product, which is a completely different thing, and then have that like drip down, like collect and condense and drip down on whatever or whatever. Like that's going to be the system. I'm going to expand on it, but as I said before, I want to clean. I don't know. I'm an adult. I have a compulsion to clean while listening to music, so I'm gonna go do that. Yeah. Room is a lot cleaner than before. It wasn't really that dirty, but I just don't like shit being unorganized and where it goes. Ugh. Listening to music was nice. Imagined a bunch. Kind of went really off topic. I was kind of me dealing with copyright laws and stuff. But like in imagination land, for all I know, I was thinking, for all I know, certain systems that I'm making are copyrighted. But my deal is I don't care, and no matter what, I'm gonna make it and release it. And it's really just gonna be a game of cat and mouse of, can I do it in an ambiguous enough sense that it's out there, and whoever has the copyright isn't able to take it down. Then I was like, what if, okay, what if I fail? And it's like, okay, how do you target and legally attack a multi-billion-dollar corporation and get it to concede, not in the court or whatever, just like you can do DDoS attacks, you can start defacing its offices and stuff. Like, just do enough stuff to where the company is like, oh, dealing with this one guy is a headache and tired of it. Like, we're losing so much fucking money. And I guess it's gonna be part of like a PR thing as well, because if everyone's against you for doing this, then it's like, what's the point of doing it? But if everyone's against the company you're doing it against, then it's like, yes, fucking awesome. Anyway. And then that went into a whole me finally conceding, and then kind of like being like, China, please, they won't let me do it over here. Can I do it over there? Because they're saying all this other shit, and it's me doing all this extra stuff is getting the government and stuff riled up against me. I don't like that. Can I just go over here and release it or whatever? And it's like, fine. But China is really infamous for disappearing people and stuff. And so there's like a not an altercation, but like a confrontation with China. Then I bow my head and it's like, I respect your decision. There's something about like me, about them not liking a certain philosophy or something that my game is like peddling or whatever. Then I go back to America. But because I already had problems with America, but now that I have more means and the like, I'm like, okay, I need to take over America. And then I do that. And I'm like, yeah, I don't know. Like the issues can kind of obviously be solved. So I'm gonna solve them real quick, and then I'm gonna put someone in charge for me. Uh, just because I don't really want to like, I don't want to be bogged down with all this political stuff. I want to like keep making stuff, not do political shit. So like this guy who kind of holds my philosophy is gonna be in charge as like a proxy for me. And trust me, he won't be a problem. Or they, or whatever, I don't care. They won't be a problem. And if they start to look like they'll be a problem, they won't be a problem. Don't worry about it. Uh, and then it goes into like an international thing of like, it's like basically making an apology video. And it's like, guys, I'm so sorry. I heard that like some Russian oligarchs or whatever were planning stuff against me. And my heart goes out to their families. I'm sorry it had to be this way. Uh, if things were different, maybe the Russian government could have like found out first, and they would have been a lot more merciful on them. But I just yeah, I just couldn't. So uh, no aggro or anything. Just they were plotting against me. Like what could else could I have done? They were plotting against me. I'm not gonna let that shit slide. That mostly like that mostly just like goes over whatever that phrase is for like it mostly just kind of disappears. But then it's like it's whatever. I was in Imagination Land, for a long time. Just I went way past doing video games. I went completely, yeah, no. Let me work on this. Wait, no, control. Oop. Oh no, okay. Let's see. There we go. Oh, well, I want the Quartermaster game to like be a bit more expansive. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna host it here. Oh, so this one will be named Ocean. Or actually, no, I'll just name this Alchemy, actually. That's actually what it's called. Alchemy. And let me search up Alchemy equipment. So I kind of have like a thing in my mind for what it is, but I need specific stuff. Alchemy equipment. Images. Ooh, I like this one. It's an iStock photo. So you have a boiler and a condenser. But I need more simple. There's too much happening in this for me to like fully discern. Oh wait, shouldn't there be like a Wikipedia thingy? Alchemy performance-driven style for men. Oh, it's the name of a brand. That sucks. Alchemical tools, Wikipedia. So there is a good number, and it's alphabetical too. Access denied. You don't have permission for cars for sale, vehicle, blah 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 on the server, probably because I have a VPN on. Oh, I was looking at Hyundai's electric cars earlier, like yesterday. Alembic, what is that? This article is about stills, blah 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 blah. The complete blah blah blah. I don't care. I don't care. I don't care. Tell me how it's used, or give me a diagram. Olympic of Zosimos. Modern Olympic. That's what I'm looking for. Okay. So you have like the a funnel that goes into a thing underneath the lighter, attached to a pole. I think actually I don't think that's part of Olympic. The thing on the left is the Olympic. So you have like a lighter thingy, and you have a liquid thingy that oils it, I would assume, where it condenses at the top and then drips off into that, I'd assume, maybe. But that's a huge industrial one, but not something I'm looking for. Unicode references. Bro, tell me what it does. Okay, the liquid in the cucurbiturate is heated or boiled. The vapor rises into the alembic, which is like the chamber thingy on top, I'm assuming. Uh, where it cools by contact with the walls and condenses, running down the spout into the receiver. A modern descendant of the Olympic is the pot still. Let me check what that is. Pot still. Give me a diagram. I don't. If you don't have a diagram, don't even talk to me. Okay. So my thing is, you're boiling a thing of like a mixture of like, let's say a mixture of like water and alcohol. And you're boiling it in the Olympic. The water vapor and stuff doesn't leave. It's not like going anywhere. It's supposed to like make things. It's supposed to distill stuff or something. Used for distillation, which is like making it less than by putting extra stuff in it, right? Separating the component substance. Oh, because things have different boiling points. Okay, I'm just egg on my face, egg on my face. So yes. Let me do equipment. That's what I needed. Not oh it boils and condenses. I need it to separate stuff. So limb pick and let me do like a diagram thingy. So it kinda looks like this. with a thingy on top, the spout that goes down into like it's like do a bowl or something, I don't care. With a fire underneath and the liquid there and it goes up and then it like condenses and then it goes down and then it condenses there. Olympic, which just separates. I like that one. What else? What else? Crucible. I know what that is. So why is this? How is this an alchemical tool? Medieval period. Melting and melting of copper and its alloys such as blah 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 blah. Technology blah 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 cementation blah 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 blah. There's a cementation, crucible steel. The late medieval period, post medieval. Yeah, no, I. Yeah, no, I don't. How is crucible an alchemical tool? Retort is used for distillation or dry distillation of a substance. Liquid, heated, the neck acts as a condenser, allowing the airtight. I mean, is there a specific purpose of the retort versus the alembic? The alembic is extra pieces, but I don't really see. Yeah, I'm not going to do a retort because that's just redundant. Aludel. Aludel is a subliming pot. Isn't sublimation turning something from a solid straight to a gas? Term refers to a range of earthen tubes or pots without bottoms, fitted one over another and diminishing as they advance towards the top. The lowest, blah, 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 I don't care. The contrast serves to sublimate mercury, sulfur, orpiment, which I have no idea what that is. Known as yellow arsenic blend as a deep color, blah, 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 blah. It is found, okay. And the like, it is made of blah, 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 fitted to the minerals, but into a lower tube. The two tubes are fitted together with clay, and the hole is put in the fire. The ascending smoke gets to the upper tube, cools down, and produces the desired sublimate. The Ludl is illustrated in pseudo and blah 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 blah. So I don't think it's something I need. Like sublimating certain stuff. I don't think I'll ever need that in the game. It just seems extra niche. So nah. Cupellation. Refining process in metallurgy, aka not alchemical. Retort stand. That's just seems like that's like an Olympic stand. Like I don't. That's stupid. Why would I add that? Athanor. In alchemy, an athanor is a furnace used to provide a uniform. Ooh. Yes. Now there is this diagram thingy, kind of hard to make out. Like it seems like you place the mixture of stuff onto like a platform, and underneath that platform you have the heating chamber. Now on this platform you have the main mixture, and then like the equivalent of cooking food and oil or something, or like this having more surface area of something is better. The Athanor was also called because it was chiefly used in slower operations and because it was once filled with coals. It keeps burning a long time. For this reason, the Greeks referred to it as giving no trouble, as it did not meet the alternative. They also call it philosophical furnace, furnace of Arcana, or probably tower furnace. Doesn't really. It's just something used for heating. I'm gonna add it, but like I don't really Athanor, which what was confused? No, like the C was for something else. I'm gonna do M for maybe. Best because uniform long term uniform long term heating. I don't really know. And that's like a big maybe. Brazier. I know what that is. Everyone knows what that is. And I'll hold off on even thinking. Hessian Crucible. That better be for something that isn't middle. Nope. But widely used for alchemy and metallurgy. I don't really understand how crucibles are used for alchemy, aside of just a container. Like, it's not a specialized tool or anything. Sand bath. So, sand bath versus Athanor, because they're both just, the purpose of them both is just uniform heating. I don't really, I don't, like, none of these are, I need, like, actual stuff. Mortar and pestle. Nada. Show globe. That looks like it could be something. It's literally just, how is that apothecary or every equipment? I don't care. Oh wait, yeah, let's do apothecary equipment. Nah. Okay, okay, this is so off the top of my head, right? So mortar. I think it might be. No, isn't mortar? That's the thing used for like construction. Mortar and pestle. One of those weight, those scales. Weight scales. Filter. Brazier. Now I'm gonna just go back through the thing I was looking at earlier because having the pictures and stuff of the alchemy equipment was actually more like look at this thingy. An elaborate glass distillation device made of interconnected spheres and tubes. Now, how would that even work? Wouldn't all of it just like distill in this one tube? I don't really understand like how that would actually be. Oh, look at this one. I mean, you can't see it because I'm not like I'm not the screen recording isn't on it, but like there's a lot of cool pictures and stuff. That's just a blender thingy. That's just distillation. Um, would I need something like a microscope? Would that be something that's needed? Oh, what actual function would you have for a microscope in the game for looking at ingredients? Or, yeah, sure, 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 sure. Why not? Why not? Like a medieval version, but who cares? I don't care, that's for sure. Do. So I know this big thing is just to distill. That's just a vial or whatever to hold. Hmm. I guess beakers and like I'll just search chemistry equipment at this point. Searching alchemy equipment is just like, oh, that's definitely AI. I can tell this is AI. Why are you showing me AI pictures? Google, or I guess Brave, but still. Ooh, look at that one. It's like Etsy website, so it might just be a bunch of fake drawings or whatever, but it still looks cool. With this one. Alright, I didn't write down the beaker thingy. Be go beaker. Uh I don't really I don't really Okay, yeah, I'll just search chemistry equipment. What is chemistry except a new form of alchemy? Okay, this is labeled syringe, yes. Dropper, yes. I like dropper. Syringe is more of a maybe. Dropper. Do I what I need a syringe? Sure, sure, why not? Why the hell not? I'm not gonna actually make this for a long time to come, so I can just add whatever. It's like window shopping. Boiling flask as something different. Yep, sure, sure. It like condenses. Boiling flask to condense. A stand, evaporating dish, crucible, petri dish, tongs, microscope, magnet, pipette, spatula. Nah, none of these are like anything that actually. Why are none of these labeled? I need stuff to be labeled. What is this? That's not labeled. I guess mixing flask. I don't know. Walter White. Tell me what Walter White. Tell me. Mixing flask. Because I just don't even know. Did I do the weighted? Yeah, beakers. Beakers weighted. I think like you could measure stuff on it. Ooh, I like the way this looks. I don't see any. Okay, well, kind of fruitful, but also kind of not. So let me, on my own, try to. It's the whole thing is that it's unrealistic. It's a game thing. So you can boil stuff, filter stuff, grind stuff, distill stuff. Yeah, that's enough. I don't care. And just so that I know generally what the original plan was, the original great idea, I'm gonna just do this. Do 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. And I'll just put like, oh, I did that wrong. Triangle, circle, square, uh, X. I don't care. And I will do, I'll put over here, tiered, tiered equipment. Also, one thing that comes to mind is like special stuff, like special potions. So eventually, equipment can break. Oh, wait, that actually, hold on. Equipment and break. So eventually, equipment can break. I want to do like a special potion where, like, if you only use broken equipment with the best ingredients and like you get it to all actually be good, it does a weird magic effect or something. I don't care. And that was basically it. Oh, I feel bad for this artist. Um, they posted something like, "Oh, can you see what's inside?" And it's like this kind of cryptid thing pulling open its like chest body thingy. You can't really see what's inside. And I looked at it and looked at it really hard, and it's like, eh, I kind of see blotches, kind of symmetrical, but basically not. And the person was like, "Oh, I need to whatever, whatever." Like they actually got that as a I kind of thought it was intention like that. I was like, yeah, not really, but meh. Like technically yes, but basically nah. And they took that as like feedback, and my feedback is horror. I can't give, bro. My feedback is so fucking horrible. Like I'm not good with advice. Like my advice is just too practical. It's not. It's heavy-handed advice, basically. So I got the potion thing basically down. I got the house thing basically down. The things I need to do next is quality of viewing, which is going to be a quartermaster game, which is just like inventory sorting and stuff, and like being able to like that's it's. I don't. I need. I'm gonna listen to music again because I have no fucking idea how to actually do this and make it good. So to music I go. you know, an issue is that you can generally tell from the song, like the beginning of it. And, like I know all these songs I listen to, but re-listening to them makes the brain go brr. But at the current moment, in relation to the quality of visual or whatever, oh, of viewing, it's like right over here. Quality of viewing thing for backpacks and stuff. I'm not really remember you featuring. Okay, what's this? Okay, I got lore from that. Remember you, Olivia Olson, Tom Kenny. I got like a bit of lore as like a justification to why the character like of the quartermaster game. So I guess I'll do that and maybe get inspired by stuff for the lore. So lore. You're a kid and okay. Like lore, you're a kid, okay. Uh and end of the world, yeah. And not even end of the world, after the world has ended. Post-apocalypse, yeah, that's what it's called. Post-apocalypse. Nope, nope, nope. ZZ. Still. I hate how it's just slanting ever so slightly. Still medieval. You have a protector. You have a protector. So this is like kid you. You're carrying your backpack. Mind how horribly that's drawn. This is the backpack. Backpack. And this is the protector person. Should I even make it a person? Let's make it almost a person. Not a person. So, as a kid, you go search through the backpack. They get loot and stuff, kill monsters and stuff. So, yeah, let me finish listening to this song. Oh wait, part of the lore and stuff. As time goes on, protector. It's like the correct thing would be becomes more less. I need like an iterative thing of like more and more, very very. I'll just do more the last part underscore to like signify that it's more extra, like repetitive, more unhinged. There we go. Oh! Wait, this will be good because it's gonna be a balancing act, right? Due to powerful artifact. Now, this is where it comes in, right? So this being or whatever, who's basically the protector of this child in the post-apocalyptic world. Now they have access to this super powerful artifact. But the child, just like Marceline, is like, hold on. Kid doesn't like Jesus. I almost did a P. Like protector using artifact. So balancing game of equipment and ingenuity of item. And this is big stuff of like the Ice King, like it's Ice King and Marceline in the Apocalypse. And let's say they need to get into a store to get some food, but it's locked or something. Now, they could try breaking down the door or whatever. The easiest thing is just for Ice King to use a crown, but no one likes that. So you have to like try to use the items you have at your disposal to like craft stuff. Shit, so this is all back to the crafting system. Slash basic, nope, basic crafting system. Okay. Oh, I still can't think of a way to actually do it. Because like the way Skyrim does it is based off of weight, and the way this game, both of these games, Two Crowns and this one, they do it based off of physical space. This one is whatever's on top gets dropped down and has gravity and stuff, kind of like a one-armed robber. Actually, I'll include that. One-armed robber. And to combine all of these to make something that's good. This is the lore of the game. Mostly because I was like, oh, that'd actually be like a good, yeah, okay, I'm gonna finish listening to the song. I like that. So this is more like a final thing. So final question mark U for undecided. Oh no, actually I have to do final scene U question mark. Now, there's a lot of scenes in movies and the like where one character is like holding off a horde of monsters and letting the other characters escape. And also in like regular games, this happens, like Ego Raptor, or whatever it's called. That one dude staying at the bottom of the tower, even though he totally could have went up with them. Like the monsters don't really spawn up there, and that's how he does that. Um, so final scene, kind of reminiscent of the Bone series, where like there's a valley where you can go. So I need to draw this, which means I actually need color, because I'm not going to do a bunch of explaining. So you got a bunch of monsters, monsters, monsters. You have like a bit of a shield thingy and something akin to a door. Not an actual door, something akin to a door. Now you have the kind of monster guy with the sword or whatever it be, holding them off. While the kid with the backpack goes through the door to the other side of probably green pastures or something. I don't care. Final scene. And let me actually rewind to get to that part of the song that I really liked. Oh, it's like the vibes. Okay, yeah. So I need to save you, but who's going to save me? Yeah, not even a question. Not even a question mark. Just like, I need to save you, but who's going to save me? And actually, just to emphasize, let me put red in the middle of its head. So, kind of lore, ending of lore, generally has a, not precipice, not precedence. It has, like, in here, I have, like, generally how the gameplay is gonna work of, like, switching out tools and stuff, seeing the durability in the backpack itself, being able to pull something out easily from the backpack, having to worry about inventory space, and a crafting step to get out of situations, like being ingenuitive and using certain items in the. Oh, okay, hold on. Let me make sure though. Yeah, I didn't inherently explicitly write this out, but it's implied that maybe next time I'm going through this, I'm not going to get the implication. So it's like in Skyrim, I mean not in Skyrim, in Oblivion, when you interact with certain stuff for quests, you just press E, chest, and then the quest is like, you did it. Awesome. Sometimes you have to manually put it in, but a lot of times it's just like, oh, you did it. Congratulations. So using using items in environment environment probably I don't care. I mean, it's barely legible at this point. Like, oh, uh, when I posted the thing or whatever, I already forgot what it was. Someone with like the worst spelling was like something something writing something. I don't even remember at this point. They were like, "Oh, like your handwriting would be a good thing to like for people to like dissect or something." But they didn't say it in such a to them a verbose way. Like when they said through, like, "Oh, you go through the mountain." They did it as in like through, like you threw the football. And instead of writing, I didn't like they even spelled writing wrong. And I don't even remember how they spelled it wrong, but it was horrifically wrong. And it's like, bro, what? Like you're not illiterate, but goddamn, how is like it's like the person who's like, oh, bone jaw. It's like, what? Bone jaw. Hello in French. It's like, oh, yeesh. Poof. Okay. Yeah, I'm gonna continue listening to the song. Okay. So like the title screen or whatever of the song is Jake holding up a bunch of characters. Now, using that could be, I mean, at least throwing it into the mixture. Throwing the general concept of Jake stretching and stuff. Yeah. Because I'm imagining Jake, like if Jake wants to carry stuff, you could do it like the way he did like the scarabs, where each thing has its own individual thingy or whatever. Or like the way the Pokemon system is, where you only see certain stuff in certain pockets. So hold on. So I was thinking like if Jake has a bunch of stuff, like he's holding it inside of him, and he wouldn't individually just hold each and every thing in its own individual pocket. Instead, he'll just do it like a regular backpack where you just have everything kind of together but still kind of separated. So if he wants to like get something in particular, he will like move his eye to inside that pocket to see it. But it'll only be in that pocket. Then he'll pick out whatever he needs. So I will put Jake eye pocket. And hopefully that should be enough for me to remember what I was talking about. But this song still didn't give me exactly what I want for the system. I don't know. I'm listening to music, walk in circles. It's what I do best. I like doing. And my room's a lot cleaner now, so I actually can walk in circles without like my mental state collapsing. I was thinking of Oblivion, and I was like, oh, what if, hold on, nope, not this one. What if this is like an Oblivion dimension? Like it used to be a regular dimension, but it turned into Oblivion dimension, and this is an alternative universe, and it was just like, hold on, let me turn this music off. So recently in the Necromancer comic or whatever, it is discovered that there have already been multiple Earths that already failed and went through a fate, and those are basically turned into hell dimensions and stuff. And then I was just like walking in circles, trying to think of a way to like do inventory management, and I'm really struggling. And so I was just doing lore at this point. Wait, there we go. I was just doing lore at this point, and I just, man. And I was like, okay, last one. Because in the song I'm listening to, well, the one before was Left Boy, Sweet Dreams, and in that one, it's like, she asked me, what have I become? And I'm looking at her like I already know this one. Faded, whatever, blah, blah, blah. And so that's like one of the final scenes. A scene where like the thing kind of starts changing for the worse, more like it's more worse than better for the thingy or whatever. But then it went into Labyrinth by Miracle Music, or Music Miracle, whatever, musical miracle, whatever. Um, and then that like brought it all together as like it's a hell dimension or whatever. I'm going to a new one. That's man. I'm gonna continue to listen to music. I didn't. That's the thing. That's just kind of like, oh, that's a good lore thing. Um, but also it doesn't help me with the thing I wanted to do, and I'm not really looking to add more lore. I'm looking to like solve the problem. I got it. I got it. I got it. I got it. So there's a few lyrics in the song that keep saying, "I'm trapped. I'm trapped." And I was like, well, yeah, that's kind of the issue I'm having. Not that I'm trapped, but like the issue I'm having is that I don't want the player or whatever to have to spend a bunch of time rooting around like they would in a physical two crowns or one on Robber, where to get something at the bottom of the bag you have to spend time rooting around or whatever. That doesn't sound fun. And I also wanted to do like a physical puzzle shape thingy where there's like space in the bag, where whatever takes up a certain amount of space. I guess also, no, it's not. There's like a game I have in my head where it's kind of like this, but like that's only like this is like a game in of itself. But there's a thing where this is just part of the game, but I can't really remember. It's like a has guns in it and stuff. You can have like a watermelon in your inventory, but take up the whole thing. But I don't even know what it is. But I also want it like Skyrim, where you can like inspect stuff and look closer and like rotate it or whatever. But I need to have it all together, and this is the solution, which I have run out of kind of space. So let me create like a membrane. Oop, 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 oop. Okay. So I'll do like a membrane thingy effect with like an arrow to signify it, but for now, let me do the way it goes. So, bag has. Oop, And this also works into the way Skyrim and Oblivion has like a favorite thing system, so you can just pull up anything without having to go into your bag. So a bag has multiple pockets that look like this. So you have the you have the potion pocket down with stuff that says whatever. You have a book pocket which has like spells or something. I don't know. I don't care. You have a weapon pocket. I don't know. I don't care. Now there needs to be an in-game lore reason for this. So the in-game lore reason will be looks like this. Um, the most recent. Oh Jesus Christ! That's like illegible. Most. Oh. Oh wait, I keep. That's why I'm doing the C wrong. I kept going as a C, and I'm like that doesn't look right. The most recent thing you put in is at the top. Except for wave slash rising stone that you put on something to always have it on top. There is a weight system depending on how buried in the something is progresses game. So this is how it goes, right? In Skyrim and the like, when you go in your inventory, the game is completely paused, where then you're allowed just to do whatever to whatever else. But if something's at the bottom of it, like a potion that's like 50 something below everything else, you using that potion, if there's like a tick system, like in Minecraft, how it's like a bunch of ticks per second, but like each one is like a tick in the game, and like there's like 10 ticks in a second or something. So the longer it takes to like do something, then it's actually not going to be as like effective. You're not able to like just do whatever with your inventory. So progressively. Oh Jesus, the fuck the why? longer the further it is. And then instead of wait, I'll leave that up. I'll leave that up to question. Have it be wait for volume. I think that solves it though. There's multiple sections. So you go, like, it allows you to pull up anything instantly up here. Let's do like top 5 is instant or something. Top 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 5 spaces are instant. That's like up to debate, but whatever. Oh, you're still not the puzzle game-ish thingy in it. Mm. Man, I'll put like a yellow thingy or whatever to do it like a try to do it later because I am done with this for now. This is good enough as a marker. Do, 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 do. Yeah, that's it. So that's done. That's done. House is done. Potion is done. Quality viewing done. And now it is the Noeda, which is just you can kind of break anything in the game if you really try it, or smithing, inspired by Jack Smith. But I want to take a break from all that. I want to lay down. drew a bunch. The main house structure is done. The main house chimney is done. The draft-ish of the final door is done. And I finished the lamp.